Everyone, Beat is a Fritzy back from How to Play. Today we're looking at how to play the game Stroop'd. Don't ask me what that means because I don't know. Outsmart your eyes. It says this is from Triple S Games, who is a fellow YouTuber, all about how to play videos. He actually does them in multiple languages. Not sure how he does that, but he does, and they're pretty good. He doesn't need my shout out. I need his shout out more than he needs mine. But it's worth checking out if you're interested. It's plays 2 to 10 players, ages 10 and up. This game is all about matching colors and trying to get rid of all your cards from your hand. It's came out in 2022, was on Kickstarter. I'm a little bit late to the game getting to this, but hey, better late than never, right? In the game, you're going to get a bunch of cards that they come in two types, basically. You got this paint splatter, and then you got a word bubble. And that gives you a hint to how you're going to play or match the cards. If the card has a paint splatter to it, you want to match the color of the word, in this case red. It says blue, but you're looking at the color. If it is a word bubble, you're looking at the word instead of the color of the word. So green instead of it being blue. That's kind of how it works. And you're going to be playing cards onto a discard pile. You're going to be getting a certain number of cards dependent on the player count. So with 2 to 4 players, each player gets 14 cards. With 8 to 10 players, you get 5 cards each, and we're doing 5 players, so 5 to 7 players, it is 7 cards each. You're not supposed to look at your hand once it gets dealt to you, not until the top card of the discard pile. Not until the top card here is revealed, which the dealer will do. And it says green, it has a green background, but it's written in yellow. And this one is the splatter, so you're going to look at the color of the word as opposed to what it says, which is yellow. And what you're going to do is, as the active player, if it's your turn, you're the active player, you play one card from your hand onto the discard pile, trying to get rid of all the cards in your hand first. And you must match the background color of your card that matches the font color of the word in the splatter one, or what the word says if it is the speech bubble. I'll show you how it works. Now, if you're doing 5 or more players, you're going to be taking turns. If I'm the active player, the person to my left is the skipper, and they can actually jump in and skip my turn by playing a card before I do that matches what the requirements are. But they don't have to. They can if they want to, if they have something playable, but they do not have to skip your turn. If you're doing 2 to 4 players, it plays differently. In 2 to 4 players, everyone is just playing cards simultaneously. It's a bit more chaotic. I kind of prefer this version where everyone takes a turn, and it's a little bit calmer and less chaotic. So what you're going to do on your turn is you're going to look. So I'm playing a card. This one is this splatter, the paint splatter. So I want to look at the color of the word, which is yellow. So I can play a yellow card, a yellow background card, not one that says yellow. It has to be a background color of yellow. So this player is going to look at their hand, and they're looking for a card. This one says green. And this one, because it's a speech bubble, you want to look at what it says. So I want to play a card that has a green background. So I'll play this one. The next player is going to go. They want to play one that is in green, because the word is in green. So they play this one. The next player is going to play one that says the word that's in blue. Now, because it's a speech bubble, it has to be the word, which is blue, not the color. If you don't have a card that's playable, you have to draw a card. That's a good example. And then end your turn. You don't get to play a card even if you get one that's playable. If you're playing in 2 to 4 players and everyone's playing cards, and then all of a sudden nobody has a playable card, the dealer will simply flip over the top card to reveal a new card, but only in 2 to 4 players where you're going pile one, or just throwing cards down. So you keep going around the table. This one, we're looking at the word blue, so he plays this one. It's a blue splatter, so or a blue color, so I'll play a blue card. This one, we're looking for a blue card, so I'll play this one, and it's red color. This guy can't play, so he draws a card. And even if you get a playable card, you just end your turn when you draw a card. Now, you could, even if you have a playable card, you could simply draw a card and end your turn, just like, Uno, for instance. But anyways, we're looking for a card that is yellow, so I had to play this one. Now I'm looking for a card that is also, I apologize. Now, I made a mistake though. I played a card as yellow, even though it should have been red. I looked at the word when I should have been looking at the color. This gives me a good example. If a player thinks another player screwed up, they can accuse that player and say he screwed up. So we'll look, and since they screwed up and they played a card that was wrong, they looked at the word when they should have looked at the color, they get to take this back and they get to take a card as a penalty. If, however, they played a card that was correct, this one's looking for a yellow card, let's say they play this one, and the person thinks they played wrong because they played a card that says blue and it's on a blue card. They make an accusation. Let's say I accuse them of playing wrong. We look at it, and nope, they were correct. It says yellow. They played a yellow background. So I would have to take a penalty. So you can accuse someone, and if you're correct and they're wrong, they take a card as a penalty, and they take the card back, and they get to play again, which they did. But if you accuse them and they were right, then you have to take a card as a penalty. It's pretty basic, just like Uno, basically. So you keep playing until you play all the cards in your hand, and you win. That's it. That's the game. Then you can play again, multiple games if you want. There is no scoring. There is no points. That's it. Now, if you're playing, and let's say I'm the active player, and I'm looking for a card, and this guy, the skipper, comes out and plays a card in my place, I get skipped. He skipped me, even though it was my turn, because he had a card that matched and he played, and then it would be the next player's turn. So that's how the skipping works, is if it was my turn and this guy plays a card first, my turn is over, and then the next player goes. So that is Stroop. Hopefully that makes sense. Comment, like, subscribe, let me know what you think. We'll see you next time with more. Thanks for watching, and check out Triple S Games. See ya.